Okay, so we are now moving from directors to actors. This just dropped today, and it's huge. So everybody knows Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott is a fantastic director. He's had his hit or misses, but one of the greatest movies of all time that won Best Picture was Gladiator. Gladiator won Russell Crowe an Academy Award and is an amazing, amazing movie. Not to mention, Joaquin Phoenix was in this, okay, who's another Academy Award winner today. Amazing movie. So, he, for a long, long time, there had been talks about a Gladiator sequel. You say, huh? How? What would you do? So, according to Variety, Denzel Washington is in talks to actually join Ridley Scott's Gladiator sequel. So, Denzel Washington is in final negotiation to join Ridley Scott's upcoming Gladiator sequel, reteaming after 2007's American Gangster, which, by the way, starred Russell Crowe again and was a fabulous movie and based on a true story. If the deal closes, the two-time Academy Award winner would join newly minted Oscar nominees Paul Mescal and Barry Keoghan, whose participation whose participation in the Paramount Pictures broke on Thursday. So you've had two big names drop in 2 days. Okay. There is something to be said about that. You've had two big names drop in the last 48 hours. Okay. So that's crazy to even think about. Okay. Paramount has dated the film for November 22nd, 2024, which I find interesting. It's a Thanksgiving release. David Sharper is penning the script for the sequel, which Scott will direct and produce, with Michael Pruss via Scott Free, and that's his production company, as well as Doug Wick and Lucy Fisher via Red Wagon Entertainment. Executive producers are Walter Parks and Laurie McDonald. Also returning from the original films are cinematographer John Matthews, production designer Arthur Max, and costume designer Yanni Yates. Sequel follows the 2000 blockbuster Gladiator, which was nominated for 12 Academy Awards and won five, including Best Picture. It earned $460 million at the box office. The film starred Russell Crowe as Maximus, a Roman soldier forced into slavery who vowed revenge against commandos. That's Joaquin Phoenix. Since Maximus dies at the end of Gladiator, Mescal would play Lucius, the son of Maximus' lover, Lucira, played by Connie Nelson, in the sequel. Kogan is in negotiations to play Emperor Geta. Washington's role is being kept under wraps. Washington is most recently starred in the tragedy of Macbeth, a performance which earned him his ninth Oscar nomination for acting. He has 10, including a Best Picture nod, as well as a producer of Fences. He'll be he'll next be seen in the upcoming three equal. He'll be next seen in the upcoming Equalizer 3, which is set to be released later this year by Sony. Note that news that an A-lister actor will join Scott's buzzy sequel should not come as much of a surprise considering the critical and box office success of the first collaboration, American Gangster, which earned more than $265 million at the box office, netting nominations at the Golden Globes, SAGs, and also starred Russell Crowe. But also of note is Washington's close ties with the Scott family, as he appears in several films directed by Ridley's late brother Tony Scott prior to his death in 2012. My God, it's been 11 years, including Crimson Tide, Man on Fire, Deja Vu, The Taking of Pelham 123, and Unstoppable. Okay, let's talk about this. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow is all I got to say. It is unbelievable. Excuse me. It is unbelievable to think that you have somebody, a two-time Oscar nominee, going to be doing this, and he's going to be being Gladiator. Um, I can't wait. This looks unbelievable. Just the cast alone: Paul Mescal, Denzel Washington, you know, Barry Keoghan. I sign me up. Sign me up all day and twice on Sunday. I'm in for this. Um, Couple of things though. We got to keep our things tempered. Number one, I'm always of the opinion that if you have a sequel that comes, I've always said this. If you have a movie that comes out, you have between 3 to 5 years to put together a sequel. Okay. Um, Whether it's whatever the IP is. Now, you can go back and look, there are several different sequels that just did not work. I'm thinking off the top of my head of Ghostbusters 2. I'm thinking of more prominently, I'm thinking of Wall Street Never Dies. When Michael Douglas an Academy Award 1987, they tried with Wall Street Never Dies with Kerry Mulligan and Shia LaBeouf, and it bombed. And the reason why it bombed. Um, so I'm really curious to see how this is going to play. The fact that he's able to do it 20 years later, unbelievable. And I couldn't believe 9 nominations. One of my most favorite roles of Denzel Washington, arguably my third favorite film, behind Rounders and um, Silence and Lambs, is Train Day. And by the way, this scene here, I mean, speaking of, he ended up winning the Academy Award 20 years ago. This was ad libbed. This scene here, King Kong, Ain't Got Nothing on Me, was completely ad libbed. Unbelievable. This is my third favorite movie of all time. The way that he's able the range that he has. I mean, when we talk about Academy Award winners, okay, we think of Tom Hanks, but we also think of Denzel Washington and several others. Okay, um, and you go back and you look at the range that he's done. As a matter of fact, a movie that they both starred in, okay, that is incredible. That netted Tom Hanks his first Oscar was Philadelphia. And by the way, guys, if you haven't gone back to see Philadelphia, go watch it. It's incredible. Um, Powerful too. Nonetheless, this is an amazing, amazing actor. His career speaks for himself, and I can't wait to see this. I am on board. Now, I think the fact that he's directing this is a big thing. Okay, um, and I'll tell you, one of the most underrated films from Ridley Scott, and I'll say this, and it's probably an unpopular opinion. It's Hannibal, the sequel to Silence of the Lambs. I know it's unpopular. I know it's an unpopular decision because you think, what? Yeah, it's a good movie. I mean, I've seen it 2 or 3 times, and I mean, I should go back and watch it again. But it's a good, solid movie, and you know, you have Anthony Hopkins in there, and you have Gary Oldman's great. I mean, even though he has all those prosthetics on and everything else, he's fantastic. Um, Julianne Moore, fantastic. Really, really good movie. But I love the fact that they're reuniting and going to do this, and this is going to be so much fun. I cannot wait. The one thing I'll say is this: it will be interesting to see what kind of why they put it in um, Thanksgiving, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't have the schedule for next year in front of me, so I don't know. But I wouldn't be shocked to see because I wouldn't be shocked to see this moved. I could see this honestly and truly. I could see this being a. I could honestly see this being a summer blockbuster. I know it sounds strange, but you have the star power, right? You have Denzel Washington, you have Paul Mescal, you have Barry Keegan, excuse me, and you're going to have a number of other great actors come on board for this. Don't be shocked, guys. Okay, do not be shocked if we're talking about, and this may be a hot take, But do not be shocked if they move this to a summer release. Now, you say, why would they do that? Because of the big names. But the reason why they would keep it in a Thanksgiving and a November release is because I guarantee you, first and foremost, look, this won Best Picture 22 years ago, 23 years ago now. Okay? Mark my words, if they don't move this to summer, this is definitely going to be an award contender. And if it got 12 nominations before and you're bringing a lot of the same people back, look out. This could really, really rack up not only precursor nominations and wins, but Oscar nominations and wins. So, what do you guys think? Are you excited for a new Gladiator movie? Would you go see a new Gladiator movie? Did you like the first Gladiator movie? And if you did, what was the best parts about it for you? Leave your thoughts down in the comments and I'll get back to everybody.